All right, everyone in chat, again, thank you for joining us tonight for Ask Joshy's Site Fights #1. Name pending, might change in the future. I'm not sure yet. I kind of like it, but either way, it's the first iteration of this $100 double elim tournament featuring 4 invited teams. 2 of them were the grand finalists from the All-Mid Valorant Open on Monday. That is Godspeed and Joe Biden Esports. And this team here, Washed Up, is actually just some of my buddies from multiple FPS games, Bohan, Midnight, and their friends, making a squad. They've been playing with a couple of different teams and a couple of different cups, so this is their first time as a full 5, and here they are into the grand finals. This is a $100 prize pool, winner take all. Again, this is a grand finals of best of ones, so Godspeed, if they win here, they will earn the $100. If Washed Up win here, we will go to a bracket reset game, one more map to determine it all. But I know that Washed Up are eager for this rematch, and it's the same map that they played the first time around on Haven. It was the selection of Washed Up to start on defense, and my overlay is already correct, so that's always fun. Thanks to esportscamps.com for providing the $100 prize pool. If you are trying to get better at games like Fortnite, League of Legends, I believe there's multiple other games that they do as well. Check out twitch.tv/esportscamps or esportscamps.com to see what sort of services they provide, from players all the way to brand new Valorant players, all the way to experienced Fortnite players. There is something you can learn from them, so do give them a look. And we are now into the grand final, game 1, possibly of 2, Washed Up versus Godspeed. Taking a look at Bamsta here to start the attack round with his chunky crosshair.
Right now, it's going to be a slow push. They had a little bit of shots fired in the mid, on towards B site. A couple people got tagged, but Sage on each side has been able to heal them up. The only one actually missing health is Sage.
Quick start there. Bamsta finds the first kill with his cool skin on that classic. Did not even buy a sheriff or a ghost. And the spike is planted. It's going to be a rotate over from B and C. Nixier already watching the door, though. Able to trade a kill. 4v3 situation now. Grimmy Bear tightens it up a little bit, but they are just firing through smoke right now, trying to find what they can. And man, Bamsta, very swift, rotate around the Omen smoke, gets 2 more to clean up the round. That's a 1-0 lead now for Godspeed.
3 kills for Bamsta. Able to pick those ones up, and that's going to be a nice start for him. We'll see how much they're going to be able to do with that first round. Again, able to buy some SMGs for round number 2 and have that gun advantage over their opponents.
I'm just writing a grand finals tweet here. Site Fights #1, $100 on the line between Godspeed and a Washed Up, featuring Bohan and Midnight. But as we get into the next round, as you pointed out, we're watching Bamsta right now with that Spectre. Actually going to switch views because they are pushing up mid pretty swiftly here. Aim Jesus gets a little bit of damage poured out through the walls there, but it is going to be PFIT and Vitor both falling to Nixier, watching that B entrance.
And they both tried to push up aggressively and were immediately paid the price. Nixie able to find a third. Now they push it in onto the site. They have control of the site. It's only going to be up to Grimmy. Gets immediately mowed down by... Now it's all lies on... Well, never mind. It all lied on Midnight. He got taken out by K-Jules.
A very strong attack round. Obviously, when you have the upper hand, you want to have as many people survive as possible. You can keep those credits piling up, not have to keep buying for each other. But now, obviously, if you lose the pistol round, you're at a disadvantage. Now you have the cash saved up to buy yourself a bunch of ARs and get back on even footing. I'm actually going to start on Nixier this time because he has been actually a top fragger in Godspeed's matches. They took out Joe Biden Esports.
Safety's off.
And did defeat Washed Up earlier in the day. Nixier, usually the top or second fragger in those games. So he's going to go ahead and drop those brimstone smokes and give them a little bit of time to walk up B mid. They're actually split across all 3 attack sites now.
Everyone fully spread out, both defenders and attackers. This should be actually a very interesting round. We'll see where they do decide to end up moving with the spike. Bamsta is the one who actually just throws it back a little bit further.
Nixer still kind of creeping in toward garage. There's no one actually standing there, but they're going to light up the doors anyway. Not taking any chances of players potentially hiding in those corners. And the Omen smoke is going to push him back just a little bit. And the first person to fall is Aim Jesus over at the entry to Site A. Cypher is actually still nearby there, but the attackers seem to have not committed to any single site yet.
I mean, they still don't even have the spike. It looks like it is going to be grabbed here by Nyx here. And looks like now they've committed to B.
Open up the sky!
Open up the sky, says Brimstone. Let the fire rain down. You don't see any kills for it, but at least they know that there's no defenders there, and Nixie does take out the Brimstone counterpart very quickly there, launches the volley, knows that Omen is right around the corner, tries to catch him during the reload, but Remy actually still had a few bullets left. Pfit and company now with the upper hand, 4-2, Sage using the heal as well. The spike is planted, so they still need to clean this up, but Bamsta goes down, and it's probably a foregone conclusion here. And there goes Cajuals.
All right, so able to pick up that win once they have the full buys. And obviously that's huge, because if you lose that round, you're right back to having another economy. And so this is going to be both teams with full buys for the next round or two. Of course, getting 3,000 creds for a round win, and anywhere from 1,900 to 2,900 creds for a round loss. It starts at 1,900 and increases up to 2,900 as you losing streak. So that's why you will see, even if a team, sometimes you'll see a team go on like a 4 or 5 game winning streak, and then they lose one round and all of a sudden they're shambles winning, because if they have to keep buying every round, they are still spending more than what they're getting in.
Brimstone Smoke is going to land right in the face of Grimmy Bear here at B garage doors here, and actually could be a B-A split. Brimstone, you'll see Nixie are actually pushing up that door area every single time, but the bulk of the attackers will be headed to A, and that is up to Midnight to try to identify this. He's sending his drone through the Brim smoke, but he doesn't realize they're actually coming from long right now. He does see Sage, and Sage sees him back, so they're able to identify that Sova is nearby. They're going to shove on in now. Midnight still finds the first kill.
Actually, very surprising that Midnight was able to get that kill when he had 3 people rushing onto him. But the spike has been planted, and now attack turns to defense.
Watching Aim Jesus is trying to keep that angle, but he threw the grenade. That's 3 kills. Sage did res on... Oh, no, actually, Sage has not committed a res yet. It's just Aim Jesus killing everybody in a variety of ways. Bohan does get a wallbang kill onto Cajuals, making it a 2v2, but time is against the defenders here.
Find one. It's just Aim Jesus. He gets taken out. This should still be plenty of time for the defuse to go through. Yeah, Bohan's going to get that defusal, get that ult point. His ultimate is now ready. And, of course, tying up the game at 2 rounds apiece.
Bohan still with his Phantom. Pfit also hanging on to a gun means that they can buy for the teammates, get everybody back onto an AR. On the attacking side, still 5k credits for Aim Jesus. Do expect him to get potentially an operator, as he does sometimes like to do. But so far, I'm curious if and why he would not buy in this situation. There he does finally get that Vandal. I guess I was just trying to determine who should pay for it. But here we go. Moving on up. Still splitting here. Sometimes you call this a default push, where you cover all 3 sites. And Pfit on the defense gets that elevated angle from the Sage wall to try and stare down B window, but there's no one there for him to fight. Nixier pushing through garage now with his Sage teammate being played by Cajuals. Is going to go down to Grimmy Bear, who was lying in wait in that little window area. He actually gets both of those kills. And the offense is going to be stunted greatly by that. Sage is going to heal Omen back up to full as well.
Still one more target sitting outside those double doors. Just waiting to see if he's going to try and make a move in.
I have retrieved the spike.
Watching Bamsta here. He grabs up the spike. Raze has cleared site A. Cypher's still watching his back. He already did put a tripwire, so maybe not going A at all. And Garage...
Making a lot of noise.
Garage is clear too, so he could go all the way C here.
Raze made a lot of noise. It did pull all the defenders open, but now they're starting to realize, okay, that was likely just back towards C now.
Bamsta does swing pre-fire, doesn't see any defenders. He's still got the spike. Throws out the cage to block vision from Garage. Backside is going to be where Cypher is currently. Still a 3v3 situation, so Raze specifically needs to be careful with this 3v1 situation she's about to walk into, but does actually catch Bohan from behind, making it an attacker's advantage. Sage pushes onto the site, still gets the benefit of that fast firing 2v2 now. Spike already planted. Watching Raptor's POV from C long. No one near him, but he can hear them. He's going to use his Phoenix ultimate to get the free kill on Vitor, and does go down to P-Fit. Now it's a 1v1. Diffuse has started.
Doesn't have time.
And yeah, she may have not had time anyway, but Raptor doesn't matter. He's going to get that kill and suicide.
He could have gotten away. He had enough time to run away.
Probably
He
could.
100% had enough time to run away.
Hashtag worth getting those squats in. Don't skip leg day. And that's going to be 3-2 now.
So, great play there by Raptor to use that ultimate, get that first kill, and of course, obviously, respawns back at where he started the ultimate and is able to move back up and find the final kill of the round and get his team back in the lead. Now, a bit of a half buy here from the side, from the attackers. They had 3 SMGs, one of them already.
Yeah, the fact that it's all sheriffs on the other side is pretty bad that Nixir got dropped as quick as he did. Brimstone Smoke still covering that entrance to B. Aim Jesus, though, tying things up now. A site is clear, and they're going to pounce on that as he has been solo holding A every time. They are cognizant of that. Bamsta also with a camera angle that lets him see through the wall. That's actually a on C long, but it can see through the wall. That's interesting. That might be a sneaky spot.
I know exactly where you are.
Cypher ultimate coming out from the attackers.
Prepare for hellfire!
Oh, no, that actually is defensive Cypher. Bamsta does find Sage very quickly anyway. Cypher on the defense, headed through A long now, catches Aim Jesus on the way in. Suddenly it's just Bohan versus the world, and K-Jules grabs a couple of kills that round. So despite the 4v5 start, by losing Nixir, they're able to get onto A site off the back of Aim Jesus' pick and get that round victory. 4-2 now.
And now both sides were doing either full eco or half buys that round, so now both sides able to full buy up, although Aim Jesus just going to be holding on to a Spectre here, which is interesting.
I think it's okay just because Raze does have the other lethal equipment here and can save a little bit of credits just in case things do go poorly. You know, you're essentially tossing away 1,500 credits if you do buy up from this point, so I think it's fine. And as we see B site start to be the apple of their eye, Nixir continuing to drop some Brim smokes to allow easier entrance. They already got the first frag. So Brimstone ultimate also available. They could just be trying to pull them into B site so that he can nuke and scare them back off again or secure a kill. Lots of ordnance being thrown here at the front entrance.
Yeah. Or ultimate. Nick's the only one without.
Nixir just lying patiently in wait. He knows that there's someone on site, but he doesn't know exactly where, so he doesn't want to commit that ultimate just yet. Meanwhile, the spike has moved all the way to A. Midnight is on his lonesome here, as Sova actually is going to get crossfired, and Aim Jesus gets that kill. Nixir still gets Bohan out at B site, and it's a 5v2 situation. Going to switch to the defenders now.
Cage triggered.
Cage triggered already. What is going on here? Discord. Can you hear me, Greg?
Oh,
There it goes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Discord was messing with me there.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm watching Vitor loop all the way
it
around.
looks like-
Looks like a save, yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely just saving here.
I was mashing the camera buttons trying to find a defender and end up hitting the... My mute button is tilde generally, so sometimes I hit that on accident. But either way, Spike going to explode. This Cypher camera spot, I'm going to watch him place that just so I know exactly where from Bamsta. Because it's pretty obvious he's planting it on the C side, but that the wall is so thin there, he's able to just look through.
Yes, this should do.
So it's inside the hay
this is a
bales.
nice one.
Okay. Good to know. Let's take a look at the econ situation. Defenders still mostly ARs. Bohan sticking with what
They
he
have
can
nowhere
afford
to
there.
hide.
They could buy for him. Grimmy Bear potentially could spend that cash. 5-2 situation. You would want the defense to be a little bit higher on the points by this point. But it's going to be a push to all three sites. Phoenix actually sees the Cypher on B long. He's going to head back mid with his team here.
Got spike.
Yeah, this is something that we actually heard a little bit after their first game when, I believe it was this game, where they were talking about how they were able to just take advantage of the fact that they were only having one person hold A. And it's been kind of the par for the course here in this game. They spot Midnight out again. They find the bricks.
Unfortunately, yeah, Midnight is going to be the first to fall. Phoenix uses the ultimate in order to 2v1 P-Fit. P-Fit had already taken down the enemy Sage, so there's a 4v3. There's a Brimstone ult zoning away both Omen and Cypher from trying to get into B site. So it guarantees the plant. Brimstone, the defensive Brimstone, where is he at? Exactly. He's on top of the boxes, so they use the Sage Wall to block that side, and Vetor just hopping up on the boxes as a result still gets that kill, even though Aim Jesus had the easier vantage point. So nice turnaround there. He's going to start the defuse. He's got Omen with him. Not anymore, though. Raptor dropping the molly, but it's not quite on Brimstone's feet. He tries to go for the full defuse. Ends up as a loss as Bamsta gets that cleanup. All three of them standing close enough because they know there's no time for it to actually explode. And if you look at the scoreboard now, that is 4 successful attacking rounds in a row. They've already hit that 6 mark, which is kind of the minimum you want to hit before switching sides as attackers.
Yes, this should do.
And it's all up to Washed Up to try and get this together here. And they're on Sheriffs again.
Yeah, they definitely need to try and figure something out because defense for them has not been working. It's been actually, I do have to give credit to the side. They hang back and play mid and then wait for a pick. Once they get a pick, they rotate to the opposite site because they know that as soon as they get a pick, it's going to pull defenders towards that area. So like if they get a pick on A, you see they go rush B. If they get a pick B, a lot of times they'll end up moving over to A just to take advantage of the movements up.
And this time, Aim Jesus has the operator, but A is fully stacked while C was left empty instead. Aim Jesus has an operator and the spike at this point, but it is a 4v4. Eventually, Brimstone and Phoenix over there are going to be able to call out that C or B is the way to go. So Rays following their lead through Garage. Now is the point where Bohan abandoning Site C is going to come back into play. Aim Jesus trying to plant for long here. K-Jules brings Bamsta back as well. At the same time, Nixie finds Bohan, so it is a 5v3 situation. P-Fit trying to keep it close, gets that Sheriff kill. Bamsta takes him down, though.
Yeah, now these 2 defenders have to run all the way across the map. Being very loud, so their footsteps will be heard. They have a good idea where they are. One gets caught before falls. And then Nixie are able to find his 3rd kill of the round to finish it off and make this a 7-2 game heading in towards the penultimate round of the half.
And don't forget, folks, this is the grand finals with a BO1 reset. So if Godspeed do actually win here on Haven, they will win the $100 winner-take-all prize pool provided by esportscamps.com. Meanwhile, washed up, you know, they still could come back. I've seen them do some nutty things here. Vitor, Midnight, Bohan, all with some very impressive rounds, but I'm watching AimJesus right now with his favorite op, trying to catch Sage on top of that wall if he can. Shooting blindly, but still lives with 16 health and manages to take down Vitor. Vitor's going to get picked up right away by Granny Bear. Trades, unfortunately, for the defensive side, but it is still the best that the defense have looked in a few rounds in a row now.
Yeah, absolutely. Able to have the numbers advantage, I think, for the first time in at least 4 or 5 rounds to start things off. As now it's going to be bomb going to get picked up by Phoenix as they move towards A site. A site is completely open. They've once again just managed to out-rotate the defenders, all 4 of them sitting over on C. And they're going to have to make a move over to A at some point once they realize not actually going to be making its way over there.
Cypher's setting up the traps now. I'm watching Bamsta's POV, keeping an eye on Heaven. He's already trapped up the other entrance, so they can be a bit more confident there. 3v4 situation, though. AimJesus with the op, holding that angle. Sees 2, takes 1. That's 3 kills for AimJesus before he goes down. Spike is planted. I'm watching Bohan now, who has secured his way up to Heaven, but they are already free-firing up into that position. They're going to have to make a move here off the back of Sage. Slow or Bohan with the spray down. Gets the kill, making it a 1v1 now between Cyphers. Bamsta coming right back at him.
Clean double headshot from Bamsta, and now he's 1v1. I don't think he has time to defuse this even if he gets the kill.
I believe he is just trying to take the enemy Cypher with him. It's ring around the rosy, but Bamsta still gets a triple before exploding. And that means he'll have the credits to replace his weapon 8-2 while attacking. Extremely strong looks here from Godspeed. And AimJesus 12-7, Nixir 11-7. Just piling on the kills. Nixir, Bamsta actually had the big round there, bringing his kill count up to snuff as well. And econ-wise, everybody should have the guns they want, other than maybe Bohan with the Bulldog. Probably not the top choice, but he's getting what the credits allow here.
It's this game was so close the first time these two played, and this time it is not the same. It was very one-sided this time around. But again, comebacks can happen. It's not the end of the world for them here.
And for some players, fatigue could be setting in. You would expect Godspeed perhaps to get a little tired after playing a full tournament before this and actually winning that tournament. They could go 2 in one day if they keep it this clean.
Exactly
Bohan keeping it even now, gets that frag onto Nixir, who is a large threat on the Brimstone. Also means no more smokes will be coming down from him to try and shake things up. Bamsta continues to watch B mid with that sneakily placed camera. Brimstone pushing down C long now, will not find anyone. And Bamsta, I believe, every time he's swapped over to Cam, he has not watched the C side.
The spike.
Brim is aware of that position. He actually took it out. So at least that is something he knows about. Bohan now pushing on to B site, but again, there's nobody there for them to shoot at. The spike is A currently being planted.
Plant is finished, so now the timer starts up for the defenders to try and get in on the site and retake.
For hellfire!
Brimstone going to use the ultimate on Heaven. Does clear it out at least, but that was a defensive use and no attackers there to be killed. Raptor uses the ultimate as well to take down Bohan for free. Sage down now on the side of the attackers. We got a little bit of a duel here. P-Fit cleaning things up. Still 2v2 though, and time is running out, so this is going to be a tough defuse situation, especially with the Raise Rocket flying in. No time left, and Raptor scoring those kills. AimJesus cleaning up. That's 9-2 on the side of Godspeed.
Oh no! Jesus gets blown up by the bomb, and that's going to at least deny a little bit of, but not going to be a concern. As with only 2 rounds left in the half, you're still seeing some 10,000, 9,000, 8,000, 6,000 creds. So no concerns at all on the side of Godspeed. They are in complete control of this map.
Yeah, you can see the credits being bled all the way down to triple digits. Keep it with 0 moolah remaining. Aim Jesus taking his POV now as he loves that op, and he has found some kills here. He did. Once in a while, they show their face a little too early over that smoke, but no one committed to A just yet, and the defense, they realized they've been losing over at A multiple times. They're actually going to commit 2 at the start, and only Sage here at B site.
And Jesus is trying to take shots through the wall, hoping to catch someone hiding around the side.
And Sage could very well be on top of the double boxes because of the wall she used earlier, so unlikely. We know that Aim Jesus is unlikely to find this kill. Omen is lurking around the other side of it, and this is the same entry they've used a few times, not in this game so much, but in the previous Haven, where they set up the Sage wall on the right side. This is actually a bit of a feint, though, as they're going to continue to walk through Garage instead. Brimstone ult is committed, but no one shaken loose. They're going to march right onto C site.
And again, using that, they know that their opponents are going to be used to that push with the Sage wall on the right side and pushing in. So they just fake it this time. And you saw everyone on the defense side started to collapse around B, and they just push up onto C. But a great entry here by PFIT and Bohan, able to find 2 and get back onto the site.
So Midnight had the drone flying that whole time, able to call out targets. They are able to double swing with the numbers advantage, find those kills, and that's going to be a defuse to stop the bleeding. That was 7 rounds in a row without a round victory, and despite C site looking so good there, I'm wondering why the res was committed. It's not switching sides just yet.
No, switch sides.
Oh, okay, it is. Yeah, 9-3. My bad. I thought around 11 there.
I thought it at first too, and then I realized this is gonna be the last, or that was the last round. So you lose your ult points at the start of the second half.
Okay, swapping the overlay up now. So 9-3 could have been worse. Could have been a 10-2. But Midnight and company obviously have a lot of work to do to even things up here. They really wanted vengeance on Godspeed because of the delay in the beginning of the tournament and the 13-12 performance on Haven earlier in the day as their first game of the event. But they came through the lower bracket, defeating Joe Biden Esports. And here, Bohan finds K-Jules right off the bat.
Revealing area.
Marching onto B site, but they need to watch their backs. Nobody's actually there yet, but they're going to, of course, be aware of that possibility. It's actually going to be 2 players coming from C side here. Raptor has now looped all the way around here as Phoenix to B window. Doesn't know where they're at, but Bohan picking up 3 kills already this round. He's got the ghost skin that you get from doing the Omen contract to completion. Or paying for it.
Looks like there's a very good chance this bombs. Yep, never mind. I was gonna say maybe this one just goes off, but they find the final kill and are able to pick up another round. So hey, comeback starts now. 9-4. They can rattle off a few rounds in a row. Suddenly, very.
So we've got Spectres, Bulldogs, etc. Is going to be grabbing a Phantom. Actually thinks better of it. Going to keep the spending in line. Go back to the Spectre. Meanwhile, on the defense, Nixie is going to be playing with the Shorty, so I'm always tempted to watch what someone can do with the Shorty. He's going to be playing that close B doors, and they are all over B mid right now. The attacking team have washed up, so Nixer could have a target for himself here any moment.
Smoke's down.
Everyone is out in that middle area.
Nixer, high risk play here, moving into the Brimstone smoke. He's going to think better of it, but there is a player or 2 right on the other side. He's going to push through, gets the first kill, but does trade. PFIT watching his opponent's back there. Only 2 defenders remaining now. 4v2 should be a great opportunity, and again, you would expect this because of winning the pistol round, being able to afford these bigger guns. But Bamsta and Raptor probably going to be trying to do what they can. For
Yeah, there's no reason not to. It's not like you're going to be saving any money or by not going in on this one. You deny your opponents an extra 200 or 300 gold for the kill, that credits for the kill. That's about it. So you might as well at least try and make the play. So we see Raptor have the opportunity, but gets taken out by PFIT.
And yeah, Cypher being the last man standing on the defense, looks like he's not even going to make the attempt here.
He did pick up a weapon, so he does actually get to save a little bit here. It is only a Spectre, but hey, it's still better than nothing.
True, and I mean, he's going to be able to save himself 1,500 credits as a result. He can actually maybe take someone with him. Oh, only one. Only one. But defenders falling once more. 2 rounds in a row now. 3 rounds in total. 4 washed up, trying to bring the scoreline back to even if they can.
But now this is where they can full buy, so this is where you can recover and reset from 2 rounds of the half. And we'll see if they can find themselves a victory on this 3rd round of the second half and really kind of push this towards the end game if they can get up to their 10th round on just 15.
Watching Vitor now with the Bulldog at the ready. It looks like a strong mid push. They're not wasting any time. Unfortunately for them, there are 2 defenders there. Sometimes there's only 1, but they got the vision, so they know exactly where these defenders are. He's going to launch the molly into the back. They are not in that exact position, unfortunately, for Vitor. He's going to keep dropping smokes, and now they can reassess since they know there's multiple defenders there. Raptor getting that first kill already. Bohan, Vitor both getting on the board, though, despite that Sage slow everywhere, still managing a couple of kills.
Good grenade there from Raze. Is going to find one.
Watching AimJoshy's now.
Oh, everyone just getting popped as they try and plant.
Still, though, Bohan
I know exactly
grabbing
where
3
you
kills.
are.
He's going to use his ultimate to find the last remaining player, which we know is Raze on site with the spike. And it is going to be AimJoshy popping him down there, stopping the bleeding. And there's the tactical crouch. The squats, it's important to stay fit when we're in self-isolation. Gyms are closed. What else are you going to do other than your squats now and then?
And going back to the Raze play there with the paint bomb, you have to be a little bit more strategic with where you're throwing it now, because you only get 1, and you need to get 2 kills in order to refresh it for the round. As before, it used to be you could just buy, you start with 1, you could just buy a second one, and you would constantly see a Raze just walk up to an entryway and just chuck both of them in, like one on the right side, one on the left, and just day. So that was one of the changes to Raze on this with the update that went out earlier today, and I think it's definitely for the better. Forcing her to have to think about using those grenades versus just throwing them at will.
Meanwhile, Bloodbath B, as Vitor and PFIT get some entry frags there. Defense definitely not going to have a good time here trying to retake. Let's see. Maybe I can grab AimJoshy's POV. He is blocked by a Sage wall, yeah. But he does have a couple of explosives he can still throw. He's going to wait it out. It is going to explode any second now, but that spike timer is continuing to tick down. Cypher on the other side is actually face-to-face with Omen on the other side of a wall, but he's in garage now, backing off. So they are going to think better of it. They are going to save their credits. And defense have been pretty low on cash, so can't argue with that decision, as a 5v2 retake was going to be really tough, especially a no paint grenade.
Okay, he should be able to get away. No, he doesn't.
Oh, bam!
Right on the edge.
Unfortunate.
He was right on the edge of it too. I had my camera on him. The end of the explosion caught him.
I was watching AimJoshy on the other side, expecting some explosives to fly out, but in the end, it's now 10-6. The attackers have won the vast majority of rounds on both sides. Very surprising here, as usually, again, you would imagine that defenders would have a slight edge, being able to hold angles, but you'll also notice that C-Long is never, ever pushed. Still a single time in this last game here, the grand finals. Now
Amsta actually stuck on a pistol because he didn't get that save. 'Cause he was hit by that last explosion.
Yes, they just realized the same thing I did, which nobody ever goes C. And the attackers get 2 quick kills on site. That's a third elsewhere on the map. And suddenly it's a 5v2 situation again, just like we saw.
Right, you got to use those first few rounds to commit to A and B so that they don't put anybody on C. And then you take advantage of it once you've conditioned your opponent for the first 4 rounds.
So looking likely to be another attacker victory here. That would push it to 10-7. Phoenix now, of course, as the sole defender. Gonna take his view. He just has a ghost anyway, but might be able to swing out and take someone with him. He does still have his Phoenix ultimate. You would imagine he would save that. What will he do, though? No one's going to come his way, so he's just going to run on out, save that ability cache. And he will not be caught like Bamsta was previously. Oh, he is going to run right into traffic, though, and go down.
Just a different kind of caught.
Yep. Everyone walking right past him. So let's take a look at the ultimates. We've got Raptor on Phoenix, Nixier's Brimstone, Bamsta's Cypher. Aim Jesus could very well get a rocket very quickly. Meanwhile, on the other side, you've got the Sage Res ready to go for the attackers. And they have ARs all the way across the board. Phantoms and Vandals only for this round. But you'll notice the credits in the bank of the attackers because they've won 4 out of these 5 rounds.
Prepare for hellfire!
Brimstone ults chasing. Yeah.
The Brimstone ult, chase people out and then pick them up. Nick's here.
3 kills, and it's an easy scoop from there for the other 2.
Great adaptation by the side of that's Godspeed. Yep, Godspeed able to recognize, okay, when they throw that ult, force and get picks, we can loop around and get the flank on. Nixier absolutely popping off with the triple, getting himself back up to positive.
And it's a good thing, too, because they were broke as a joke. They had enough people alive there that they can spread the wealth a little bit, but forcing the attackers to actually spend some cash is top of the list. And let's go ahead and switch to defit now. Sage, very important in these site B pushes because he does have the wall. He's got a res available as well, so you really don't want to lose him first. Brimstone dropping smokes now. Brimstone on the defense, though, dropping the Hellfire, gets the Sage, just as I was saying, how important that Sage with res is. And that is defense starting it off hot. However, can they find these last 2 attackers? Bohan, being the last man standing, is just outside of these B doors in a 3v1 situation. He's just going to have to wait. Raze is going to spot him out and fall. 2v1 now for Bohan.
Yeah, Raze had made a good play to wrap around and get into that window. Picked up a couple of kills for themselves. But then obviously Bohan able to find it just in time. Still has to get to the bomb if he wants to make a move here with the spike.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing is they know exactly where that spike is, and Cypher is holding a long angle from the doors. He's actually going to spot him as well, but Bohan, so close! You saw a couple of hit markers there as well, but K-Jules, of course, it's 2v1, can't fire at both people simultaneously. K-Jules has earned a Sage ultimate now as well for the defenders, and it is match point. There's enough cash for ARs if they want them. Actually, no, there's not. There's a Spectre being held by Nyx here, but attackers still able to fully outfit themselves in this match point, tournament point situation, as this is the grand finals with a BON reset. Godspeed coming from the upper bracket have not lost a map yet. It was 13-12 the first time they came here, now sitting at 12-7. I'm going to watch the POV of the attackers. It looks like C-Long is going to be their choice. Grimmy Bear already committing that Omen short-range teleport to jump past any op potential. However, we know Bamsta Cypher is only holding a Vandal. They're going to hard push into C-Long now.
Making that push. Bamsta trying to hold it as best he can. Hasn't found anyone yet, but still as well has not been touched. There's going to be a shock dart actually clips him. It's going to be a little bit of damage. K-Jules gets the first kill.
Plant is down. Defenders on site. Raptor trying to do what he can. Makes it a 3v3. There's the raised rocket. He's going to do the satchel jump. Fires blind and gets the kill on Midnight. He's still got an op in hand and actually did have a attacker revealed, but it's a 2v1 situation as all the smoke clears. AimJesus is going to drop the op in favor of the Phantom. Oh, he knows someone's in the C-Long Cubby. That's Brimstone. He's got the grenade to go out and try to get that kill. He does. It's a 1v1 against Bohan. Baits the defuse.
Oh,
Bohan
no,
swinging around from behind.
Oh, he had no idea where Bohan was.
A hatless Cypher doing the teabagging is actually very amusing to watch. Just bald-headed, but man, that was a crazy round. AimJesus had the opportunity to fully clutch it, but Bohan not letting that happen. Bohan popping off, actually, if I look at the KDRs, 26-13. This guy is serious. He competes in a lot of different games, and Valorant will be no different. He's already been showing off his prowess. Like I said, just yesterday, I was watching Summit streaming. He ran into Bohan and Vetor a couple of times, and Bohan and Vetor won 2 out of 3 games in a row against Summit and Ninja. So those are some names you definitely will recognize. And Bohan, Vetor, and his team now trying to prevent certain defeat here already with that opening kill.
Grimmy able to find the first. Got 2 members pushing up onto A, but nobody's there defending it. They probably should realize this shortly, but doesn't look like they're going to actually push in far enough to find out that there is nobody there.
This is a little awkward for the attackers because they had an open door, but now that they kill AimJesus, it's a 5v3. They know A is the place to be. Vitor still has a smoke available. He's probably going to drop that toward the back of the site. I'm going to watch Phoenix being played by Raptor here move on into Heaven. There is a smoke there already, but Phoenix only has a ghost available. He jumps down, finds a kill anyway, but he is fully surrounded, and suddenly it's a 1v3 situation. I don't expect Bams to do much here. He might be able to drag someone with him with this Sheriff, but it looks likely that the attackers have extended this game to a 9-12 scoreline.
Took a couple of shots there, so they know exactly where he is if they want to try and push him, but it looks like they're just going to be content to stay back, guarantee the round win, because if they don't get the round, then... But will they be able to get out in time to avoid losing their weapons? Great shot there by Grimmy. And now scatter is the call. They pick up a couple weapons on the way out, and bomb isn't even going to go off. They've got plenty of creds now. And if you look over on the side of Godspeed, while they are going to be able to buy up, if they don't finish this game here, these next couple rounds are going to be real rough.
All right, ARs across the board. We're back to even footing. No one running with the op. We've actually seen AimJesus in previous games grab the op, try to hold A long, but so far has not opted for that. It's actually going to be a quick push out from K-Jules as Sage. Has not been doing that, so it might be enough of a mix-up to catch a player off guard if Washed Up try to push up through B main. Right now, though, still just a bit of a stalemate across B and C.
Spike still far back, as has been just how these teams have been playing this. Just keep the Spike far back. You can rotate very quickly between the sites. So they wait for that opportunity, wait to get some information, force the opponents to rotate a little bit, and then try and make their move. But it looks like they've now made the call.
I'm watching AimJesus here as the action is about to be upon him. He looked away at the perfect time to actually trade there, but C site is actually empty. A site, the Spike is about to be planted here. Vitor has it down. It's a 4v4 suddenly as Raptor marches into A. He's going to commit that Phoenix ultimate from Heaven, but Sova is going to ult it to try to prevent him from getting any value off of the Phoenix ultimate.
I know exactly where.
I'm watching K-Jules about to approach the site, but enemies have been revealed by Cypher, so defense have the upper hand with the positioning. K-Jules finds P-Fit, has the res available if he wants to use it, just dropping orbs left and right. The spike is already planted, so time is working against him. Another kill by K-Jules. He's having a massive round here. Brimstone chases him off the spike. Someone may still have to commit and try to get in there. K-Jules putting up the wall. Brimstone with the stim pack. The kills are there, though. All they have to do is defuse, and I don't think they can get it.
He got it!
Did! Just in time. Raptor, the Phoenix player, does commit the defuse. What a dramatic finish there for Godspeed to take the first ever Ask Joshy's Site Fights #1, earning themselves $100. Incredible games, lots of tense moments, lots of great retakes and attacks on both sides. Really ridiculous stuff there. Congratulations to Godspeed for taking it. That's 2 tournaments for them in one day, and they got the revenge against Joe Biden Esports, who knocked them out of Monday's event in the grand finals from All Mid. Huge thanks to Bohan, PFIT, Grimmy Bear, Midnight, and Vitor. Again, this is all very short notice. Arranged all of this yesterday, so very grateful to all these teams to be able to play today and provide us some very awesome moments. Man, that was ridiculous. Greg, any thoughts as we look at the scoreboard here?
Yeah, that was another incredible game between these. Looked like it was just stomp. It was 9-2 at one point, and they end up bringing it back and at least making it a very game at the end. Nearly took that last round to extend it even further, but of course had that 13-12 earlier in the day. Was very close, exciting, except for I think we had one kind of blowout that we saw on stream, and that was it. But of course, as you mentioned, thank you to all the players for that showed up. Thank you to Joshy for putting this all on in just one day, getting it set up. And of course, thank you as well to Esports Camps for sponsoring this event and allowing us to even have a prize pool for players to.
Absolutely. esportscamps.com. Once again, twitch.tv/esportscamps. Please do show them some love if you can, so they'll continue throwing money at these Valorant players and allowing us to get this excellent practice casting. So just looking at the scoreboard here at the very end, Bohan tried his hardest, 27-15 with 7 assists, 330 combat score, head and shoulders above the rest, even above Aim Jesus there, who was the top fragger on the winning team. Godspeed, but heck of a day, heck of a series between these two teams and Joe Biden Esports, as well as Cap No Cap playing earlier in the day. Of course, someone has to lose 2 games, but these are some very skilled players here, and I'm excited to invite Godspeed back for sure for these future cups. But these could change form